I've been meaning to do this video for a while. I had this script in my Google Docs since like January if I remember. So we're gonna talk about 10 problems that really kind of ruin the SML show in a big way. Things from inside the show that kind of ruins it, like the humor or the characters or overused jokes or things like that. And then some of the more outside things that really ruin the show in a big way. So let's begin. It is known lately over the last few months that Logan got sponsored by a few companies to advertise their stuff. From gamer stuff in their drinks to Dragon City Mobile, which honestly, I never heard of that game and I'm not gonna play it. They started advertising Opera GX a lot lately. I mean a lot. And for one, while getting sponsors can be a bit challenging to get, I don't care about him getting money, that's not the issue. But what is the issue is when and how he integrates his ads into the actual video. Most people will put them at the very beginning so you can at least enjoy the rest of the video, as to not distract the audience. Or they will put them at the middle, which while I'm not a fan of, these ads do tend to be a bit short. But SML's problem is that these ads will be almost 2 minutes long, thus ruining the pace of the video, where the video is put to a screeching halt. And keep in mind, the ads are even worse this year when videos already have nothing going on. Even in videos that have nothing to do with the videos, you can tell they made a video just to do the sponsors and just to upload the video. They're not at the beginning when you can forget about it and enjoy the rest of the video. They're not at the end when you can at least enjoy the video first. No, it's smack dab in between the two, ruining the video. Why not put him at the very beginning of the video, before the video starts? Or why can't Logan himself do the sponsors instead of having a character say, oh wait, I'll be right back, I gotta do a sponsor. Sadly though, it's only at number 10 because sponsors are the least bad parts of SML. Now, I am no stranger to getting a bit annoyed when it comes to SML and them breaking character. You think I would be used to it by now, and I am. It still doesn't mean I like it, because there used to be a point where almost every single SML video in 2021, he will break character all the time, and I mean all the time, where Logan and crew began to snicker, laugh, even flat out die of laughter a bit during the actual filming. The characters freeze in place, the camera shakes, and the actors will be struggling to talk. And the worst part, to make the schedule, they would just leave those moments in. There will be no time for reshooting or re-editing. And now, 3 years later, they still do this. People who find it funny say they like it because it shows that they're having fun. While people like me say while it's good that they're having fun, these moments should be resorted to at the end for bloopers like they used to do. Because we're watching the videos to be a bit immersed, at least trying to take it a bit seriously. This also evidently shows Logan's laziness of not even attempting to film again, and rather waste no time to film the scene again, instead have these moments be in the actual video. And when they are struggling to talk and laugh for 30 seconds, it just serves to take me out the video entirely. I'm not mad at them breaking character, that's not what irritates me. I'm just saying they could put these moments at the end like they used to do. I think over the last few years, especially in 2023 alone, I think the reason why I could not remember so many videos because the plots are so unremarkable. The videos were total rehashes of existing and better plots, or they had promising ideas behind them, but the execution was so horribly botched. And this includes this year too. Listen, I'm not against rehashes at all as long as they are at least decently executed, but most of the time, the rehashes are somehow even worse than the original. Or sometimes nothing eventful or surprising or good happens. Out of last year, I only remembered videos I really enjoyed like the T-Bot Championship and videos that were painful and annoying to watch, like No Invite or Jeffy the Sketch Artist. If I can only remember 20 videos out of 150 last year, that's not a good sign. Even without last year and currently right now, videos always feel so rushed and they just do whatever things they want. No story, no exciting twists or turns, there's nothing out there. Or because they filmed again on the red couch for the millionth time, which just blends together all the other 100 times they film on the red couch. Or videos just flat out don't even try. Like, I was so hyped for Jeffy's 19th birthday, expecting it to be better than 18th birthday, and the result was just so bland and copy and paste of last year's video. Logan hyped up Cody works at Red Lobster for a month before it came out, and the video was terrible with so much of it filmed on the red couch, and Cody wasn't even the main focus. I did like the big playtime, but that was just every other playtime video that sadly it didn't feel original. It was just pure basic, not bad, but so basic in a worse way. Unique plots can work when done differently, and I can prove it. Look at The Contract, one of my favorite videos that year. Sure, it's a video that takes place at home, and sure, the premise of Marvin holding on to Goodman's items is a tiresome cliche, but this video made it so interesting with seeing it from Marvin's point of view and Goodman's point of view. It kept me wondering if Marvin was gonna win or lose, and surprisingly, he won, which is really rare to see. I just want more plots like that, taking something we're so used to seeing and adding spice and creativity, but mostly Logan doesn't seem like he's trying. I know Logan makes and uploads videos that he personally enjoys, but it doesn't help for some feedback from people or even use SML ideas your fans came up with. Because Logan is paranoid about the YouTube algorithm, he'd rather rush 3 to 4 videos a week and meet a deadline than take his time to perfect his videos and make them better. Okay, this may coincide with other issues like breaking characters and breaking the fourth wall jokes, but SML does get insanely repetitive, and one of the reasons is because of overused jokes. SML was a bit repetitive for a while, but last year in particular strikes me in a wrong way for how boring and repetitive it was. No wonder I cannot remember a video from last year. Let's not beat around the bush. The meta humor. There are so many overused jokes that people got sick of a long time ago. I hated the meta humor all last year. It was funny at first when past episodes did it, like Jeffy and Junior's go play button, but that was because it was subtle. And I did make an entire video talking about the meta humor problem because it was really getting annoying. And nowadays, a lot of SML jokes just feels obnoxious and constant and cynical towards people who dare question the plot holes that he didn't fix himself. Like in Jeffy's cat throw up, Marvin points out, hey, you can't cheat the plot like that. And Brooklyn Guy's like, we're scraping the bottom of the bottom, who cares about the video? Or the taser problem, Brooklyn Guy shoots down all the plot holes Marvin has, and Brooklyn Guy's like, we've written ourselves into a corner. You don't say. Sure, very old SML videos had jokes like that too, but that was rarely ever done, and the older videos were a lot more smarter than that. Aside from meta humor, there are a lot of other jokes that get repetitive. Rose defending Jeffy, Jeffy always coming into the videos and doing something to make Marvin mad. There's Brooklyn Guy ranting about Jimmy Butler. There's Timmy and Cody being weird with each other. Currently, there's a joke of Brooklyn Guy who keeps hitting on this waitress and going to Applebee's in the strip club, and it's just like, why are we doing this? There's Joseph always having to make something sound racist when it's not. I rather much prefer when SML switch up the humor, and that's important because if he keeps telling the same jokes all the time, it's so predictable that you can see it coming from the Great Wall of China. And don't get me started on Brooklyn Guy interrupting the video to tell a story. And speaking of which, the filler. I don't think there's much defending this. Logan needs to make a video over 10 minutes long to get money, and sadly, his repetitive diehard fans keep using that defense. I will make a whole video regarding his video schedule, but what does he value more, money or the audience time? On second thought, don't answer that. This is one of the biggest reasons as to why SML is such a bore to sit through, and it's the reason why so many videos this year have just been so mediocre or bad. The video that inspired me to make my "Is Brooklyn Guy Ruining Videos" video was the Rit game, and that video was just filler galore. The title is forgettable, and so is this video. It felt like the longest 11 minutes of my life, and it's the first SML video I ever fell asleep on. In the last 7 years I watched an SML video, I've never fell asleep in the middle of watching one. But now let's get to the obvious cause of filler. Brooklyn Guy. His animated stories overwhelmingly serve no purpose other than to waste time. Rarely the animations will be for the entire video, like Who Hurts Jeffy or Jeffy's Jellyfish, where over half the video is just animation. When you add up the time that a Nintendo animation is playing minus the footage Logan has, it's plain to see that the only purpose is to stretch out the video for 10 minutes. Is filler even a necessity when you can try to make a video idea that makes every scene important in some way? I don't hate filler or downtime moments as long as they're funny, but they're not even that. It's mostly a character intentionally wasting time, like Cody and Junior Kidnaps Penelope, him stalling the video for 4 minutes refusing to tell us what he wanted to say, or Brooklyn Guy showing up and telling his stories that have nothing to do with the video, or him going on tangents. The animations can stay if they're gonna be relevant to the video. I mean, please consider the audience member and cut out filler that will be ultimately pointless. This is a bit more on the biggest factor as to why episodes and modern SML videos are not as impactful anymore. Comparing it to the old house and even the apartment era, those videos made characters grow, even if it was for one or a few videos. Junior Goes to Military School Part 2 made Junior realize how much he likes being himself, even if he is a troublesome kid. It's a perfect video, and it's a good way of making things back to normal while having a character learn something. Jeffy's parents, oh my god, how many times have I referenced that video lately? As much as now outdated it is, seeing Jeffy begging Mario to live with him and seeing his depressing backstory and the somber tone of the video, even if for one video, it's memorable for changing Jeffy and Mario. Junior had growth too in the magical button, realizing how selfish he was for trading everything he ever wanted with the sacrifice of losing everyone he ever loved. Compared to now, there is no character development, there is no struggles. We don't get any depressing videos now. Everyone acts the same no matter what. Jeffy acts the same as the show's plot device and only for trouble. He's only used for trouble and he's not the main character anymore. Marvin is just there and his videos are like him, forgettable. Rose is also just here, and shocker, she's still fucking horrible. I swear Brooklyn Guy 2 gets on your nerves, being the comic relief for the show while breaking the fourth wall or mocking the fans or him just hogging the videos. Junior and Joseph are two singular annoying entities. Even Chef Pee-Pee has a downfall from like a kinda likable character to another black stereotype, because we definitely need a lot more of those. The characters are strictly one-dimensional when they used to have layers and subtlety. I don't sympathize with anyone anymore because of the way they are. I hate Rose for strictly being the way she is. As much as I like Brooklyn, even he can get you annoyed with his clown-like attitude. They try way too hard to make him funny. The show needs to put everybody back in their place, because with the way they are now, it's really hard to care about anyone. And characters and the way they act, they do heavily affect ratings for me. So this is more of a personal thing, but in my opinion, SML Shorts, if they're able to bring back old series slightly from the grave, like the Big Playtime and Game Night, technically, they should bring back SML Shorts. SML Shorts don't have to be all the time, but every once in a while. And the reason I say SML Shorts need to return is because it's pretty clear those ideas are either made to be shorter than 11 minutes, or those ideas cannot be made up for that long. Videos like Junior Kidnaps Penelope does not need to be 11 minutes, especially with the amount of filler in the video. The power outage was so nothing that you'd think it would be more exciting to have a power outage. Some videos do not need to be 11 or 15 minutes long. I know Logan doesn't do short videos because the length matters to get more money, but in my opinion, one short video or a few shorts every few weeks would not kill him. I'm positive he would get the same amount of views if he made a short video. Logan is stressing himself out with 3 to 4 videos a week, plus a gaming channel and occasionally a vlog channel and sometimes reactions. And with the ways that he makes videos now that clearly take maybe like 1 day to film. And it's very obvious how less effort his videos are getting. SML Shorts will be more beneficial so he can give us more content while he took more time off to focus and work on longer videos. And also, SML Shorts were some of the funniest videos ever on the channel. Junior stubs his toe, pinch, no crust. SML Shorts he didn't need to work on that much because the video is only 7 minutes long. Regardless, that's my stance on SML Shorts. What do you think? Have you noticed a lot lately about how SML endings just seem so predictable, or endings that should have felt like I could have sworn there was like 2 more minutes of the video left, or endings that just make everything feel kind of pointless, or even endings that just ends without resolving anything? I'm looking at you, Jeffy's Club. They done this a lot in this year alone. I mean, I know I referenced the rig game so many times over the last few weeks. There are so many endings that it's just clear that they didn't care about the ending as much as the rest of the video. I mean, Jeffy's diss track, the ending is just 4 minutes of the characters just talking at the end. The rig game ended open-handed, which that's not bad, but then they didn't even bother to even finish that video's ending. But there are so many times where they break the 4th wall, acknowledging they couldn't figure out how to end the video, and the video just ends right there. Or sometimes you can see it coming from a mile away, like whenever a video promises a character they'll get money, do you need to even watch it to know that they're not gonna get anything? Or videos where anyone promises to get money, they never do. And there are some where respectfully they just kind of pull whatever out of his butt. Don't get me started on Who Hurts Jeffy, which is one of the worst SML endings I ever seen, where we spend 11 minutes wondering what happened to Jeffy, and in the end, I kid you not, Will Smith was the one that gave him a black eye. I still hate this ending because it literally ends right there. No ending minus how dumb the video was. The reason I'm harping on this is because endings should be worked on because it's the last thing you leave us with. If the ending is funny or emotional, we will remember it. But if you have a lackluster or stupid ending, we're not gonna remember it. Alright. I know I mentioned Brooklyn Guy a lot already in this video, and I know I made an entire video on Brooklyn Guy, so watch that for a longer version of this segment. Brooklyn Guy is ruining a lot more videos, a lot more often recently. Brooklyn Guy is undoubtedly the main character. Yes, even bigger than Jeffy now. Surprisingly, despite Jeffy being quoted as one of the best SML characters, ever notice how in the last few years they stopped using him in the front seat? I guess it's for the best because Jeffy's well dried up years ago. But now, Brooklyn Guy, the person you would want to have at front center because everybody likes him. You would think he would always redeem videos. Sadly, no. They used him so many times now. For pointless filler to drag on the videos with no effort, having random Nintendo animations that also does nothing but waste time. He goes on Jimmy Butler rants that only Logan cares about, but most of us don't really care. His run-on jokes like going to Applebee's and being an asshole and hitting on the waitress, or talking about how much he hates his wife, it gets so repetitive. I swear his worst appearances so far was in the power outage, Pac-Man's divorce. We're almost halfway in the year and Brooklyn Guy has been killing videos more than redeeming them. The biggest thing I hate about him is taking over the videos. Brooklyn Guy is always taking over characters' videos. Shrek and this cheesecake was hardly in the video, and Brooklyn Guy took over. He took over Pac-Man and Pac-Man's divorce. Guess what? The exact same thing with Pac-Man playing practically no part whatsoever. Brooklyn Guy needs to go back to being limited or back to a side character because the show overused him to the point that people are just sick of him. Logan just doesn't know when characters should stop being limited. Instead, he rather abuse their appearances. But now let's talk about the biggest problem I think modern SML has. The biggest issue as to why SML videos have been so lackluster for a long while now is because the video schedule. This is the biggest flaw of modern SML. Logan does not know how to adjust his video schedule. For a long while, he stuck to a schedule of 3 videos a week. Now that already caused the decline of the content for a while. Not to say it was terrible, but it certainly didn't help his videos. But now, ever since 2024, Logan decided to one-up this and double down on the video schedule. So now he decided to go 3 to 4 videos a week, a gaming channel, a vlog channel, and occasionally he still does reaction videos with Tito. Okay, the reaction videos, since he's not doing those as often, I guess it doesn't count, but even still, he's still managing 4 channels at the same time. So if you don't know, Logan's trying to make 3 to 4 videos on the main channel, and that alone, it already diminishes how much time they spend filming. Like at most, filming time's gotta be like what? 12 hours, maybe even a day if we're lucky. So that already diminishes the amount of time they could spend filming, but instead they shorten it to an incredibly insane length that you can tell no effort was put in. Then he's trying to do gaming videos every single day. In all fairness, I know Logan himself doesn't edit the videos, but even still, he's still taking out more time that he could be doing spending with his family, making the content better. And then there's the vlog channels, which I guess you can say it kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone. He's recording with his family, but even then, he's still kind of uploading yet another video to YouTube where he could spend that time doing something else. And the irony of all of this is that Logan is trying to do all of this. He has expressed so many times in the vlogs themselves about how this is stressful and how it's overworking him, even though sadly nobody, and I mean nobody else, is making up the schedule for him but himself. He's juggling too much and trying to do too much to the point that it's affecting him, his time to relax and be with his family, and it's hurting the content. This one factor is hurting almost everything to do with the show and himself. I still say that Logan should do 1 to 2 videos a week. He can invest more time into filming, so no matter how many mistakes they do, they have more time to goof off and then they could go back to filming. He has more time for himself and his family, and in that way he can invest more times into his other channels too. And for the people who are disappointed that I didn't go in depth about the video schedule, don't worry, I have a whole video coming out soon about that. So these are my 10 contributing factors that is hurting the show in the long run. From the minor problems like overused jokes or half-baked ideas, to some of the more bigger issues like no character growth, not trying anything new, having so much filler, and Brooklyn Guy. In your opinion, what do you think SML should do to improve on the show? Let me know. And with that, I will see you all next time.